So this is my 2001 VIP Base South 1880 with the 115 Yamaha 4-stroke. And this outboard's got a major. We're gonna dive into that problem today. See if we can get old girl running right again. So, let's say a couple weeks ago we went out and we noticed, oh man, there's something wrong. And like, went to sit in at the boat ramp and it wouldn't turn over, it wouldn't do nothing. So, you know, we're sitting there, I finally realized to start looking. I'm like, oh, maybe it's a fuse. So I go ahead and take a fuse, I pop a fuse out, and then I'm like, man, fires right up, no issues. So we get out there to where we're trying to go, and then I go to start it up again, because I shut it off once we get there, and then I still go to start it up again, nothing. And so I'm sitting there for probably 2 hours tinkering with it, and that's whenever I realize, I'm going to pop this here cover off. That's whenever I realize, I don't know how we all can see, but this here, this is my main harness that goes from my controls up there in the console back here to the boat. And so I unplugged this right here, and my 12-volt constant's completely corroded out. So today we're going to be fixing all that. So I've been kind of bouncing back and forth whether I want to, you know, just go ahead and buy a new harness or whatever. But I'm like that's, you know, 150 bucks, or I'm probably just gonna cut all these connections right here and just run every wire straight under heat shrink, so that way it'll help protect it a little bit better and keep it from doing all that again. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. I wasn't sure how well y'all could see, but this right here is where that plug's at, and here in just a second I'll go ahead and pop that out and show y'all guys what I'm talking about. But y'all can see I'm a fix. I cut that red wire, cut this wire, and ran a little jumper wire all the way across. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this zip tie that's kind of holding it in there, just so we can get all this stuff exposed. Is that zip tie even? Yeah, we're gonna cut that zip tie out of there. Open all this up. Get all that out of there. So, go ahead and pull this connector apart. Yep, there we go. Oh man. There's all sorts of salt, and this is just after we fixed it too. I don't know how well y'all can see all that, but all that salt and corrosion and sand, whatever that is. That's gross. And we're going to fix this up that way this doesn't happen again. Because that right there, man, that salt water will ruin your outboard connections in a heartbeat. So, we're going to cut this connection completely off. We're just going to jump each wire straight across. We're going to have to make... So, I've been doing some looking, and down here, I don't know if y'all can see, but a lot of these colors, these wires right here, like this one's white, but it doesn't look white up here. But I pulled that little cap off, and I can see down here, they actually have different colors. And I was counting my wires and making sure everything lines up, so I think that's what we're just going to end up doing. We're just going to cut all the wires back right here, and just color to color. So that's what we're gonna go ahead and do, y'all. If it don't work, it don't work. If it works, awesome. See how bad we're fixing to mess up here. Probably should be smart and turn off my voltage up here. I'll reach down here and cut off the master. Don't want to cause an uh-oh. That wouldn't be good. Go ahead and set y'all right there. Take this. Cut them down about as low as I can get. If we make a mistake just then, shoot, maybe. But we gotta find out. I guess I didn't want that screwdriver anyways. This right here was our little rigged up fix for the weekend. It got us out there to the fish and it got us back. Ain't a permanent fix by any means, but hey, it did the job in a bit of time. Cut all this here electrical tape out of the way. So there's another connector back here. It's like somebody had another problem with it at one point. Because I've owned this boat for about 2 years. But looks like somebody else had a problem with it before too. Put that right there. Trying to set all that on the ground for now. And now we're gonna go ahead and see what we like to do. So the wires, time to throw a butt connector in there. We might be able to make it work. Might have enough wire. If not, I've got a bunch of extra wire. I've got a bunch of different colors. Which is red wire. We're just gonna go in and cut this back. There's gonna be, man, oh man. And so I'm gonna go ahead and fix up a bunch of these wires and I'll be back. So I got all these butt connectors on there. I didn't really show y'all because, well, my camera overheated. But I went ahead and put just a dab of dielectric grease on all of them, just to help make sure they're all protected for hopefully many years to come. Just trying to give them every protection I can, because that salt water's hard on these outboard motors, and just anything electrical as that. So we're just gonna go ahead and tighten up all these, crimp them down. And I believe the dark blue one, I went ahead and threw a connector and all that on it anyways. But I'm pretty sure that one, it was just kind of had a pin there, but didn't actually go to anything. Not this and that other dark blue one down there. But I just went ahead and threw a connector on it anyways, since I'm here, and then I'll just plug it off and help seal it. So, wanted to give y'all a little update about where I'm currently at. So, this right here is what we're looking like, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little test here in a second. Got all them on, and I'm probably not gonna start putting any heat shrinks or tightening it or heating up any of those until I'm ready for them all to go together. But this right here ought to reach. Then after we do that, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this to where it's just a little bit cleaner. Go ahead and give us a little more room to work also. Feel like I'm working right on top of myself. Went ahead and did that. I'm gonna kind of separate these wires just a little bit. So this right here is gonna be our light green. So here's gonna be our light green wire right there. Make sure that these two somewhat, oh no, that was almost a bad mistake, y'all. See down here how that's that blue? I don't know if y'all could barely see that. But right there, that's the blue. Yeah, I almost done goofed right there, looking at the wire in the back. Go ahead. What's the deal with this one? There we go. Go ahead and do that. Oh, see, I almost goofed again. Y'all gotta catch me next time. I wasn't even paying attention to that. I almost did without putting the heat shrink on. Then I had to cut it back off and do it again. Granted, these are heat shrink butt connectors. I just goofed again, didn't I? I didn't find no dielectric grease. Man, what is the deal with y'all today? Y'all ain't catching me. Thought I was paying y'all better than that. Okay, do that. Take this, dab it in there. Sure we're nice and dielectric-y. Where'd that heat shrink go? I just had it. Oh, there we go. Well, do that. This is gonna be our brown wire. Stick that brown wire. Alright, y'all. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and do some more buttoning up on this, put all my connectors on, and figure out what I'm gonna do with this red wire, make it look a little bit prettier than that. So I will be back with y'all whenever I'm... So I know a lot of y'all are gonna be in the comments like, you know, how come you didn't just go buy a new harness? How come this? How come that? Which, yeah, this is a 5-year-old outboard motor just about at this point, which I could have went and bought a new harness, but honestly, I don't feel like shelling out 150 bucks for a new one of them right now. You know, maybe maybe down the line we'll go ahead and do something like that. But just right now, I'm like, we're just gonna go ahead and do it this way. And it's not like I plan on swapping out the motor on this boat anyways. The boat runs amazing. So that's just a lot of the reason that we're just gonna do it this way, is because the motor's gonna be on this boat for a long time. And there's no plans to change this motor or anything. So that's a lot of the reason, in case any of you are asking yourself that, and you know, like, oh, this guy, why would you do that? So I just kind of wanted to make sure that was known, that, you know, it's the money aspect. I don't want to pay for that right now. And this, I've got everything here to do all this. Everything in my little shop. So that's why we are doing it this way. And this should also hopefully last longer. Hopefully. Yeah, keywords right there, hopefully and should. There's no guarantees in that right there at all. But so what kind of, I guess since I got you guys here, I'm kind of holding y'all hostage right now. What would you guys like for me to upload? Because I do all sorts of stuff. I guess I'll tell you a little bit about me. So I'm 21 now. Yeah, I'm 21. I live down here in Texas. A lot of the stuff I like to do is I do a bunch of hunting, fishing, stuff of that nature. I've got my boats. I've got a couple diesel trucks I like to work on. Just if y'all guys want to see some fishing content, I do a bunch of fishing. I do a whole lot of working on my truck, like my 3rd gen Cummins that's right behind you right now. I just finished rebuilding that. Got it all put back together, got the hood put on, went on its first test drive, got back home, and then it started running funky. So I went ahead and popped my hood off, or not my hood, my valve cover off, and checked all my resistances on the injectors, because I was throwing a high circuit bank 2, which on a Cummins, if y'all don't know, bank 2 is going to be y'all's 4, 5, 6 injectors. Bank 1's 1, 2, 3, bank 2 is 4, 5, 6. And so I popped off my injector, or the valve cover off. Then I checked all my resistances on the injectors. Shoot. I think I messed up. No, I didn't. I wasn't even paying attention. I was just talking. But yeah, I checked all my resistances on my injectors, and I was reading. So a Cummins, you want to be less than 1, is what they recommend. And on all of them, I was about 0.8 to 1, except my number 5 injector. I was about 115 ohms of resistance on that injector, so I was like, But luckily, the injectors were still under warranty, because they're not but 8 months old at this point, because I bought them right before I had to do the rebuild. So I emailed the people, and they just got back with me today, and they're letting me know that they are warranting the injector, and they're going to be sending me a new one. So I ought to be expecting a new injector for that truck. And The tow rig will be back in action soon, y'all. I know y'all probably don't know a whole lot about me yet, but my name is Jace. I live down here in Texas. Well, so I was sitting here talking to you guys just a minute ago, and I was rudely interrupted by an overheating camera. So, guess we can get back to where we were. So, I live down here in Texas, and I just, enjoy a whole lot about anything outdoors. But just let me know what you guys want to see. If you want to see something about, my trucks, my boat to go on fishing, just kind of whatever you guys want. He goes, I do it all. So let me know what you guys would like to see. So we're just putting all these heat shrinks on, and then heating everything up, 'cause that's what you do with heat shrinks. But I'll be wrapping this up here pretty quick. I'll be able to give her a little test. I'll show y'all what all I ended up doing. Give y'all a little bit more up and close. Looks like I got 4 more to do. There ain't a whole lot of... I'm trying not to hit them heat shrinks, because them heat shrinks, just a little bit of heat and they're already collapsed. I've had a couple where I've hit a little too much by accident, so I've had to take a little razor blade and cut them. Cut the part that already got squished down. And I've been cutting them and taking that part and then shrinking it and then just sliding the rest of it on over. Oh, I guess I won't block you guys. If you guys do anything automotive or electrical, I recommend this one. If you got anything Milwaukee, or get you a portable one by any means. If not, go get you a little, see, that's what I'm talking about, that I'm having to do this. Oh man, I might have shrunk this one too much. I can slide this one all the way over. Yeah, that might work good enough. I'm able to slide this one all the way over. Yeah, but if y'all guys do anything electrical, go get you a good heat gun. This Milwaukee one, oh man, it's a game changer since I got it. I got it last year on Black Friday. I use it for everything because I do so much electrical work. This is gonna be tricky to not shrink. Let's see if I can take this, put it up, slide this up. We can do that, kind of protect it. Looks like that's working. I know what I'm doing sometimes, y'all. Shoot, I might know a little bit of something. I don't know. That worked better than I thought it would. Let's go. Ow! Hidden. Slide both of them up like so. A little shrinking and heating. If you guys have stuck around and made it to this part of the video, if y'all, like hanging out with me, I want you to go down below and comment your all-time favorite song. Which I don't even know why I'm saying that, because I couldn't even tell you my all-time favorite song. But I want you to go down and comment your all-time, or at least your current favorite song, if you can think of one. Yeah, go comment your current favorite song. And if you see anybody down there that has the same favorite song as you, go ahead and like that comment. But it looks like we just got 2 more of these little heat shrinks to go ahead and do. I'm going to do this green one. Ouch. Go ahead and wrap this up and I'll get you guys in here and show y'all what we got going. Go ahead and grab the keys and see if it makes boat noises, at least some clinkety clanks, or tries to prime the fuel system, or we'll go ahead and see. Yow! That was hot. Done touched the metal. My word. Yeah, so this is one that we're gonna have to go ahead and too much heat on it. See, what I've been doing is I'll kind of cut them like that, and I'll just shrink this one where it's too small at. I've just been sliding this piece that's still big enough over it. Just like that. That's what I've been doing on these that I messed up on, and got a little too much heat on them before I was ready. I'll go ahead and get you guys on up in here and show y'all what we got going on. This right here is what we got going on. See, we got all these nice and heat shrinked. I couldn't get this one. I couldn't get a little connector on without cutting back a bunch of that wire. I just like to keep it all wrapped up, so I was like, man, hopefully it ought to work. I'm gonna go ahead and take this one right here and just cap that to where it's all, you know, it doesn't have to get anything on it, but this right here is what we got going on. Yeah, so I just got it all buttoned up now, and I've got some wire loom I'm just gonna go ahead and put on here now. Just kind of help, you know, protect it a little bit more so it doesn't get bumped and messed with, and it'll just help protect all these wires. So this wire loom is something that I had left over. Well, I guess it's not even left over. It was off of the truck whenever, because I redid all my battery connections. I just went and made me some new battery cables. Go ahead and take this and slide it on. Oh man, I might not have a thick enough loom. That'll probably be alright. It ain't gonna be waterproof or nothing. It's just to help protect the all the butt connectors. Well, so y'all went ahead and wrapped up the motor. I got some wire loom put on it now, kind of clean it up and, you know, help protect it a little bit better. So I'm gonna go ahead and, well, I guess we'll go grab the key first, put it in the ignition and see if it makes boat noises. Need to give old girl a bath, and I like to find a I'll see that right there. Found a new one of them gas caps for this boat. So if any of y'all got a VIP base south, know where I can find one of those at, let me know. I need to come in here. The boat ain't gonna make a whole lot of boat noises. No power. We got a little bit of power back there. Let's see if she'll start. We ain't gonna run her for very long. Yeah, we aren't gonna run her for very long because we don't have no water hooked up, but that little bit right there ain't gonna hurt. Alright, so it looks like we were able to get the old outboard here fixed, y'all. This is that there Cummins I'm talking about. This is a 05 4x4 with the G56 6-speed manual. It don't look like it because I didn't go and clean up and paint the motor and all that, but it's been freshly rebuilt. It's got a little bit bigger turbo on it. It's got brand new injectors, which I'm waiting on a new injector to come in for it. It's got a whole lot of new parts thrown at her. So this is my feed tube for that injector. I've just got it plugged off, and an old 6-speed manual. So if you guys enjoyed that video, be sure to drop a like down below and subscribe. And then if y'all remember, drop your favorite song down below, and if you saw anybody with the same song as you, go ahead and like their comment. And let me know what you guys think about the channel, what y'all'd like to see, and I will see you guys later. Peace. Well, y'all, so I just finished recording that video and I was going to put the cowling back on the motor, and it slipped out of my hands and I just dropped it and I cracked it right here. Oh, and I got it right there. Oh man, that's upsetting. This thing was nice too. I scuffed it up. Probably have to see what I can do about fixing that. I'm sure I could figure out something, but man, that's upsetting.